आपको सीधा क्लास से बाहर निकाल दिया जाएगा। हाँ, डोंट पुट इट अगेन एंड अगेन। यू विल बी आउट ऑफ द क्लास नाउ। हैव सम एथिकेट्स हाउ टू बिहेव इन द क्लास। So, very good evening, students. Today we are going to start with the remaining topics for our Unit 2. So, firstly, we are going to discuss about cost, volume, profit analysis. And today we are going to solve some sums also of this. So, firstly, we'll quickly have a look on all the things and then we'll solve the sums. Cost, volume, profit analysis, which is also known as CVP, which is also referred to as break-even analysis. So it is nothing but an extension which you have on your marginal costing. ये कॉस्ट वॉल्यूम प्रॉफिट आपको हेल्प करेगा जानने के लिए कि कंपनी का ऑपरेटिंग कंडीशन कैसा है व्हेन अ कंपनी ब्रेक इवन्स, दैट इज सेल्स रीच अ पॉइंट इक्वल टू ऑल द सेल्स। तो ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट को आप ये बोल सकते हो एक ऐसा पॉइंट या लेवल जहां पे कंपनी नो प्रॉफिट नो लॉस सिचुएशन पे होती है। कॉस्ट वॉल्यूम प्रॉफिट रिलेशनशिप से आपको ये पता चलेगा हाउ द चेंजेस इन द कॉस्ट, दैट इज वेरिएबल एंड फिक्स्ड, helps you to determine the relationship of a company. Okay, so the formula that we use is PV ratio is equal to contribution divided by sales into 100. PV ratio is what? Profit volume ratio. And the formula to calculate contribution is sales minus variable cost. Okay, clear? Fine. Now, what are the objectives? क्या objectives है ये cost volume profit analysis के? Now, cost volume profit analysis ये क्या करता है? मैनेजमेंट को हेल्प करता है समझने के लिए कि what is the relationship between the cost, the sales volume and the profit part. So it helps them to make decisions in various aspects of business operations. So some objectives we will understand with the examples. First is helps in forecasting profit. CVP analysis student help business to predict how changes in the sales volume, cost, that is fixed or variable, and the prices impact the profitability. कि किस तरह से सेल्स वॉल्यूम, कॉस्ट और प्राइस का इम्पैक्ट होता है प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी पे। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, a company is, let's say, selling 1000 units at 50 rupees each. So you can use this CVP analysis to understand how profit changes if the company sells 1200 or 800 units. If variable costs are 30 per unit, fixed costs are 20,000. So the company can calculate student its profit at different sales volumes, forecast how increasing or decreasing sales will affect the income. Okay. Useful in setting up flexible budget, cost volume profit is useful students in creating your flexible budgets, which will adjust according to the level of production, sales. For example, let's say there is a manufacturing company who may set up a flexible budget to adjust different levels of sales volume, So if sales rises, the variable cost will also rise accordingly. And the cost volume profit will help to ensure that the budget reflects these changes when you are maintaining the accurate profit forecast. Assist in evaluation of performance by comparing the actual performance with the CVP benchmark. Management can evaluate how the company is doing with respect to the profit goals, how the changes in the volume affects the profit, whether the performance falls below the target, if the weight numbers are changing. Okay. Assist in formulating price policies. Again, CVP analysis will help in setting up the prices by showing the impact of different price levels on sales volume and profit. Identifies the amount of overhead cost to be charged. What is the amount of overhead cost you're going to charge, that you can easily analyze with the help of CVP analysis. And obviously, it will help the management to take decisions like whether to introduce new product, discontinue the product, expand the product capacity. Okay. So when you use this CVP, students, companies can make informed decisions on various operational strategic issues, optimizing both cost and revenue. Okay. Clear? Any doubts till now? Yes, no. Students, don't raise your hand. Post it in the chat box, whatever you want to. Lower down your hands. Next, we are going to discuss about is the break-even point. Okay, second last point. Fine. Yes. Fine. See, identifies the amount of overhead cost. Overhead cost क्या होता है? आपके खर्चे. तो आप क्या प्रोडक्शन कर रहे हो, आप कितना प्रोडक्ट सेल कर रहे हो, उस हिसाब से आपके एक्सपेंसेस होंगे. तो सीवीपी एनालिसिस आपको ये बताएगा कि व्हाट इज द अमाउंट ऑफ एक्सपेंसेस यू हैव इनकर्ड अगेंस्ट द टोटल आउटपुट. So that is your identifies the amount of overhead cost. Clear now? Gagandeep, Neeraj, फॉर्मुलेटिंग प्राइस पॉलिसीज. सी कॉस्ट वॉल्यूम प्रॉफिट, अगर ये वर्ड को आप ब्रेक करते हो, ये वर्ड में तीन चीजें हैं, कॉस्ट है, वॉल्यूम है और प्रॉफिट है. कॉस्ट आपको ये बताएगा कि आपके प्रोडक्ट का कितना कॉस्ट हुआ. वॉल्यूम आपको बताएगा वो कॉस्ट में आपने कितना क्वांटिटी प्रोड्यूस किया. एंड प्रॉफिट क्या बताएगा, वो क्वांटिटी और कॉस्ट के साथ आपको कितना प्रॉफिट हो रहा है. तो जब आप ये सब चीजें कब कर पाओगे, जब आपके पास प्राइस पॉलिसीज रहेंगे. When you know the cost price, you can easily set up your selling price. कंपनी ये डिसाइड करेगी कि मुझे इस कॉस्ट में ये प्रोडक्ट को बनाना फायदे वाला होगा, क्या मैं बाहर से खरीदूं एंड देन सेल करूं अपना प्रॉफिट मार्जिन रख के. सो दैट इज योर प्राइसिंग पॉलिसीज पार्ट. नाउ क्लियर? डिम्पल शर्मा, if it is clear, show the thumbs up. Break even point, the next topic. Now, break-even point, as I told you in the starting, that it's a point where there is no profit, no loss situation. Okay. The formula that you use to calculate break-even point is sales minus variable cost is equal to contribution minus fixed cost. Or when you find out the break-even point in units, the formula is fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. And when you find out it in rupees, the formula is fixed cost upon PV ratio. Now, what is PV ratio, students? PV ratio full form is profit volume ratio. Okay. Now, profit volume ratio is nothing but it is a matrix. ये आपको ये बताएगा कि किस तरह से कंपनी का प्रॉफिट चेंज होता है वॉल्यूम के साथ. प्रॉफिट वॉल्यूम मतलब प्रॉफिट चेंजेस विद द वॉल्यूम. आप ज्यादा प्रोडक्शन करोगे आपको प्रॉफिट ज्यादा होगा. दैट इज प्रॉफिट वॉल्यूम रेशियो. ओके. Firstly, rename yourself Shellar Enterprise. This is not the proper name that you come in the class. Rename with your proper name. And whatever query you have, you can post it in the chat box. The session will not be totally in Hindi because this is not your Hindi lecture. आपको पेपर हिंदी में नहीं लिखना है. You're not supposed to write the paper in Hindi. You're not going to write the formulas in Hindi. It's in English that you're going to use the terminologies. Correct? It's your English that you're going to use. So wherever possible, I will explain in Hindi. 100% English, 100% Hindi, I won't be explaining you all because accounting is that which you need to understand in English only, not in Hindi. Yash, whatever is your question, you can post it in the chat box. Formulas we are going to use, Yash, the sums we are going to start that time. You will come to understand in the start of the class only. I said that we are going to solve the sums. So you're going to understand it, how we are going to use the formula. So have patience. Lower down your hand, please. And I think host, you can disable this because others are saying you can disable the chats. They are getting distracted. So please disable the chats now. Is it done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I don't know what is the problem with this class. Every time I have to give you all the same explanation that don't put any unnecessary things in the chat box. Others are getting distracted. You're not small kids, right? You are MBA students. Importance of break-even point. Now, why is this break-even point important? Firstly, it will help you to understand students, the management, to set the targets, production levels, to ensure profitability. Also, it will assist in pricing decisions. That means the BEP analysis will provide you an idea about how pricing have an impact on the profitability. प्राइसिंग का इफेक्ट आपके प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी पे किस तरह से होगा ये आपको ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट एनालिसिस समझाएगा. रिस्क असेसमेंट, you know that the break even point allows the business to assess the risk of loss at lower sales and helps in cost control. That means it helps the business to evaluate students, the impact of fixed cost, variable cost, and identify which costs can be controlled. Okay. So this is a graphical representation of break-even point. So if you see over here, this is your break-even point, correct? So below the break-even point, you have an area where there is a loss. And above the break-even point is a situation where you will earn profit. So this both the lines intersect each other at point P. That is your break-even point. So you can use this break-even point to decide the product mix, fixation of selling price, steps to be taken in long-term planning. Okay, clear? Yash, unmute yourself. What happened?
Hello. Hi, ma'am.
Yes, what happened?
My one question. Those are using this PPT. Where is the LMS portal? We are searching, but that is not showing.
In LMS, the notes are already uploaded. Your SLM is already uploaded.
If possible, please show a screen how to we are fetching that.
That you can check it with your support team, please. I cannot show that in between of the lecture. That you can contact the
Okay.
support team.
I calling to academic support Ankit Oli in Uttaranchal University. They inform me that the every teacher not put up the LMS that is notes. How
See,
we
this
are.
PPT, what I am teaching, it will be only uploaded after my lecture is done. It cannot be done before my lecture.
Okay, complete the syllabus or one or two unit completed you are uploaded. PPT.
Sorry?
PPT uploaded when complete the
PPT
subject.
uploading, PPT uploading आपके support team से होता है. I think Riyanka, you can call Ankit in this meeting. Let this get sorted. Because continuously the others are raising their hand. I'm getting distracted during the lectures.
If possible, please connect Ankit after the end of class, 5 to 10 minutes. How to fetch the LMS portal and how to we are uploading the PPT. That is very important.
Put in the chat box. Tomorrow I'll show you how to use the LMS.
Another other technical team you are available that time.
I'll be receiving the call tomorrow after 10, so please do call in that particular number and
Uh,
I'll show you how to use the LMS. Please don't
uh,
disturb in the class.
okay, thank you.
Lower down your hands, others. Make or buy decision. Make or buy. Now again break this word. इसको समझने की कोशिश करो in simple language. That make मतलब बनाना. आप किस तरह से वो प्रोडक्ट को बनाओगे. And buy मतलब खरीदना. Whether are you going to purchase that from outside? So here the company will decide. It's a critical decision where a company will evaluate students, which is most effective and beneficial for the company, whether to produce a product in-house, yeah, to purchase it from the external supplier. So this decision will involve the cost comparison, like your direct labor, direct material, overheads, equipments. Okay. So all this will be considered when you take a decision whether to produce it in-house or to buy it from the external supplier and then sell it. Okay. Now, let's take an example. A company may choose to make the product if there is an excess production. But if the company finds that the cost is exceeding what is the budget, so what they will say, I will purchase it from the external supplier. I will keep my profit margin in between and then I will sell that product. That affects your make or buy decision. The first is your cost of production, students. One of the most important factor, that is the cost associated with manufacturing the product component in-house. with that of purchasing from external. आप क्या करोगे, पहले आपके कंपनी में प्रोड्यूस करने का खर्चा कितना आएगा वो देखोगे, एंड फिर आप कंपेयर करोगे आप एक्सटर्नल सप्लायर से बाय कर रहे हो उसका खर्चा कितना आएगा। दोनों में से जो भी प्रॉफिटेबल होगा दैट यू आर गोइंग टू सेल। ओके, लेट्स से इफ द इन हाउस that decision you can make in your make or buy decision. Then comes quality control. Ensuring quality is very crucial in in-house because you have to follow a strict quality control, customization. But when you are buying it from outside, you may have you can have risk with regards to quality standard, reliance of suppliers quality assurance, because आपको नहीं पता सामने वाला आपको किस टाइप और क्वालिटी का प्रोडक्ट देगा। करेक्ट। अगर आपने इन हाउस प्रोड्यूस किया तो आपको क्वालिटी एश्योरेंस है, बट बाहर वालों से अगर आप प्रोड्यूस कर परचेस करते हो, so whatever he or she says you will trust. Once the customer uses, then only you come to know. Correct. Then comes capacity. A company production is a key consideration, students. If there is an excess capacity प्रोड्यूसिंग इन हाउस, आपके पास उतनी कैपेसिटी है कि आप उतना प्रोडक्शन कर सकते हो, देन यस गो अहेड विथ प्रोड्यूसिंग, मेकिंग मोर अट्रैक्टिव प्रोडक्ट्स। बट अगर आपकी कंपनी की कैपेसिटी फुल, you can buy it from outside without overloading your internal operations. Then comes your lead time. That means the time required, students, to produce the product which will affect your decision. जितना जल्दी आपका प्रोडक्ट प्रोड्यूस होगा उतना जल्दी आप कस्टमर को डिलीवरी दे पाओगे, द कस्टमर विल बी हैप्पी। करेक्ट। इफ यू आर गिविंग हिम बिफोर द टाइम। एंड स्ट्रेटेजिक कंसिडरेशन, दैट मीन्स you have to maintain the competencies, focus on innovations, you have to manage the risk. So in short, you can say make or buy decision involves, students, the balance of cost, quality, capacity, timing, so that you can ensure the company makes the most efficient and competitive choice. Okay. Clear till here? Any doubts till here? Next is your product mix decision. See again, product mix मतलब दो तीन चीजों का कॉम्बिनेशन करके आप एक प्रोडक्ट बना रहे हो. So it's a selection combination of products that a company offers to attract new customers, increase the sales to existing customers, improve overall profitability. Okay, that is your product. Now, what are the strategies, students, for increasing product mix decision? Firstly, you need to conduct the market research. Conducting market research is very essential because you will understand what are the customer preferences. Identify, students, the new opportunities. Right? So a company can use market research to determine which products, services are in high demand in the market, which ones are not meeting the customer needs. तो ये आपको कब पता चलेगा, जब आप मार्केट में रिसर्च करो. Introduce new products or service. Introducing new product service in the business can be increased by attracting new customers, increasing sales to the existing customer, students. So a company can use its market research to identify what are the opportunities, how can you meet the customer needs and preferences, कौन से एज ग्रुप के कस्टमर्स का क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है, उस तरह से आप प्रोडक्ट को बनाओगे, सर्विसेज रेंडर करोगे. Eliminate unprofitable products or services. जो भी प्रोडक्ट या सर्विस आपके प्रॉफिटेबल नहीं है, you will discontinue that. A company should evaluate students, its product mix regularly so that you can identify the products, the services that are not meeting the profitability targets. Consider them phasing out, changing it. Then comes your cross-sell and upsell. Now, cross-selling and upselling can increase students' sales to the existing customers, which can be encouraged to purchase additional products, services. Okay. So a company can use its customer data to identify कौन से कस्टमर को हम एडिशनल प्रोडक्ट दे सकते हैं. Let's say if you take a loan, along with the loan, the company tells you आपको इसके साथ इंश्योरेंस लेना जरूरी है. So what is that? क्रॉस सेलिंग, लोन के साथ इंश्योरेंस भी दे दिया आपको. Now what is upselling? अपसेलिंग मतलब कि आप एक चीज को दूसरे चीज के साथ लिंक कर रहे हो. शो द कस्टमर दैट इट इज नेसेसरी टू यूज इट विद द प्राइमरी प्रोडक्ट. लेट्स से व्हेन यू परचेज द कंप्यूटर, the warranty comes you for, let's say, 12 months. You get a discount if you take it for 24 months. So you will be attracted towards that. So that is what upsell. कि आपको इतने अच्छे अच्छे बेनिफिट्स दिखाएं कि आप ऑटोमेटिकली मान गए. Bundle products or services, same thing over here as well. You will mix up 2 or 3 products together and you will deliver that to the customers. Okay. Clear? Any doubts till here? Anyone? Okay. So let's do one quick question. This just a minute. Let's solve some sums to understand. Just a minute, hold on. Okay, thank you. Fine. So the first sum that we are going to solve, firstly we'll read out. Break-even point in terms of sales unit and value. We are going to calculate. Okay. The details that we have is fixed factory overhead cost is 60,000. Fixed selling overhead cost is 12,000. Variable manufacturing cost per unit is 12. Variable selling cost per unit is 3. And selling price that is given to you per unit is 24. So firstly, we'll write down the formula, students. That is break-even point in unit formula is fixed cost divided by selling price per unit minus variable cost per unit. Now, if you see in the sum, you have 2 fixed costs and 2 variable costs. So you have to merge that. So first, we'll total our fixed cost. Fixed overhead cost is equal to 60,000 plus 12,000. That comes out to 72,000. Variable cost also you have twice. That is variable manufacturing cost, that is 12, and variable selling cost, that is 3. The total comes out to 50. Now we got the variable cost and the fixed cost both. Now we are going to substitute this in our formula. So what is our fixed cost? That is 72,000 divided by selling price. See, the selling price is given over here, 24. So we'll write 24 minus variable cost we got just now, that is 15. So we'll minus 50. So what is the answer that you're getting? 72,000 divided by 9. So what is the answer? Anyone who can tell me what is the answer? 72,000 divided by 9. How much it comes out to? Yes, post it in the chat box. What's the answer? Yes, it is 8,000 per unit. Very good. Super. Now we got our break-even point in units. Now we are going to calculate it in rupees.